Hey everyone, Dave here from Band of Badgers. With me is where is he? He's over there. Where is he? It's
I'm,
Steve.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Well done. Thank you very much. So this is a bit of an impromptu one. This is a not exactly a top secret unboxing. We were going to do it last week, but everyone was too busy. Day jobs happen. Real life happens sometimes. It just happens. But thank you for joining us live. Do ask your questions. We are going to be doing. It's all about WizKids. We've got a few bits and pieces to go through. It's not exactly top secret. I mean, these are items which are kind of due out soon. Here in the UK, at least, anyway, they should already be out in the States as we go through. But we'll talk about dates. We'll talk about things in a minute. We're going to go through and see what we've got. So again, ask your questions, say hello, shout out if you're in chat. Make sure you can hear me, which is the most important thing other than seeing me. And you can ask Steve questions, you can ask me questions, but obviously, if you have questions about WizKids, about the stuff that I've got right here in a massive big old box, shout it out. Right. So, without further, hello everybody, hello, thank you. Right, we're getting some bits and pieces. Good to see everybody. Thank you much. Remember, just keep shouting out your questions. We are going to be doing. It's just. Oh, so this is one of the. Here it is. Here's the first item. Let's start with that. Are you ready, Steve? Because
Yes.
you're going
Yes,
to
I'm
be
ready.
the
I'm ready. Ready.
you're going to be the real voice of the people. Um, as we look at these, so WizKids kindly sent over a bunch of stuff because we don't just play stuff online. We also do a hybrid of stuff. Sometimes we record our tables, we'll stream those live, and a lot of the time we'll also play around the table. You see our photos and little short videos all over socials, and of course it's now. What where are we? February 2024. Just a few short, longish weeks away. We've got BadgerCon, and you will be seeing these at BadgerCon. So find out about that. If you don't know what BadgerCon is, get in touch, and we'll let you know. Now, I've got it here, but I've also got my trusty brush-off camera, my painting camera, which is basically my phone. So I'm going to put this under the camera so you can actually see. This is a big box. This is some of their new packaging. Steve, you may remember the long ones, the tubed version before.
Yep.
The tubes
Yep.
have gone,
Okay.
mainly because the tubes were massive. They were really, really tall, really, really long. So this is a newer version. So it's the same battle mat. I keep calling it map. It's not a map. It's a mat. So it's the same battle mat as we've seen before, but new and improved. It's faster, stronger. Comes in a pizza box. They're calling this the pizza box apparently.
Right. Okay. Does it go through the letterbox?
I'd imagine that would.
It
It's
might do.
probably it's
Might do.
probably just enough. It's like the flowers by post. It's very
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
that kind of if you letterbox flowers and stuff like that. If you've
Yeah.
seen this, now this is a it says 3 foot by 5 foot. I'll show you that. There you go. And this is bluffs. Now this isn't forest or grassland or anything else. This is bluffs. Now it's a nice box, nice size, good weight, fairly strong, and you'll see some extra bits and pieces. Now I've got some more photos for you, so I'm not going to go into the detail of what this is just yet, or what this QR code is, but that can go up onto the screen and you'll see it there. Gunsling 952. That's a sizable battle map. It is, but you said map. See, I keep saying map. It's mat. It's a mat. So that's the first bit we need to work out is the language on this thing. But this is also because it's WizKids. This is Dungeons and Dragons Icons of the Realm. So this is official product. Now let's take a look because it is massive. Steve, throw up the mini cam for me. I will just get this out of the way.
Oh, you don't want to see me.
No,
There you
don't
go.
want to see you. There we go. So there's no, unfortunately, there's no pizza in here, but I should have had pizza earlier. It's making me hungry.
Right. So my question was immediately going to be, how did they
Yep.
fit 3 by 5 foot
Yep.
into a what small box? So is it panels that you put next to each other or folded?
No. So I've already sliced this one open. So that's why we're going to start with this one. but it is one piece. It's like, I don't know, a pair of curtains maybe, but a single pair of curtains, a single curtain.
Just one curtain.
It's a tablecloth. Let's go
Yeah,
with
tablecloth. Let's go with tablecloth. Yeah, that's easier to picture.
It's a lot easier to do.
Curtain.
So sorry about the noise. And look, as always, you get the handy free pack of silica gel. I'm
It
sure
tells
you
you
have
to
a
throw it
drawer.
away.
You have a drawer full of these because why not? Right, let's get rid of that. That's nice and big. Now you can see it's just like, oh look, I didn't
It's
see
got
that
blush
before.
written on the back. Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look. Oh, it fit. Oh, it's got a bit of a whiff, but I like that. I didn't see that before. That's quite nice.
Yeah,
It
that's handy.
feels, this side, the black side, feels like a wetsuit, but that's the neoprene.
Yeah.
But it feels like a wetsuit. It's got some grip. You can see there.
Yeah.
It's got some texture. So if you've got a glass table or a nice shiny polished wooden table, that is not going anywhere. That's across the whole thing. Look, and it's massive. Now, I'm not. Well, I can try and unroll the whole thing. I'm just trying to get
So
a
my
sample.
next
Look.
question was, is there any like, because it's been folded, are there any seams in it that have held? Clearly not, because it looks really flexible.
I don't. Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look. So there is no. Once you lay it flat, it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, that is shadowing. That's the green. That's not like a lumpy bit.
Yeah.
This is a lumpy bit, but that's because I've not laid it flat. I don't have the physical space to put this out anywhere, so that's what I'm kind of looking at. But
Well,
actually,
not in your room where you stream from, anyway.
exactly. Now we've seen these things before. It's like the D&D one was on the cardboard. Do you remember that
Yeah.
one? You had to kind of
Yeah.
pull
Yeah.
it apart like a board game board, and I used that. But it doesn't give you that much variety on there, and you put the dungeon tiles on top. This, I mean, if you've been watching us on Instagram as well, Instagram.com/bandofbadgers, last year we were playing Icewind Dale, Beadle and Grimm's Platinum Edition of Icewind Dale, and WizKids sent me their Frost version, their snowy version. This was the massive one. It was like 6 foot long, and I put it out onto our gaming table where we're playing around in person, and it was huge. There is no way that you could dash 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 dash. You would never get to the end of this thing. And I had all kinds of terrain all over it. I had woolly mammoths and frost giants. It looked amazing. So go check out the photos on our Instagram. But it felt, the texture was like, me and Steve both have kids. If you're a parent, you've probably had those play mats where you put the cars on the roads.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It felt like that. This feels like a blanket.
Really?
It's actually really soft. It's really, really soft. It's very thin, but you can see, I'm trying to show you there.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to focus, but there is, you can see the two layers. The green layer, which is actually felt,
Yeah.
is thicker than the black layer, the neoprene. The neoprene is basically a non-slip, but that is really, really nice, and it gives you there's a lot of nice variety here as well. This is a bluff, so remember, this is what a cliff face with some green, some stone, some different kind of levels maybe.
Yeah. I mean, the affected area on that to 1 inch scale is 300 feet, isn't it?
Yes.
Lengthwise.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But, I mean, look
it
at
would
that.
be grasslands and cliff faces, and a big area to play on.
A massive area to play on. This is huge. I mean, this is, look look at this. Look. I mean, I've just lost my headphones. I can literally wrap up in this.
Yeah.
Although I have just put the cold side on. If I put the warm side on, it really, well, it smells like Halloween masks.
Right.
It's got kind of like a nice and a not so nice smell, but that will come out. That will disappear eventually. But you can see, look. I mean, it's just there's no creases in this.
No, and that
It's a
was
good
my
selection.
main question is because of the neoprene on the back. Would there be the creases? But it does look thin enough and flexible enough where it isn't creased up at all, even though it's been folded in that box.
Yes. Yeah. You've got I see there's a question from Hagley there in chat, Steve. You throw that one up.
Yep.
I'm not gonna be able to fold it. That's the problem. I've taken it
Yeah,
out.
I was going to say.
How am I gonna? I can't fold it in the space I've got. Shoot, shoot. I'll do my
So
best.
Hagley says, "Hello, Dave and Steve." So hello, Hagley. How are you?
How you
And
doing,
the
Steve?
second one is question: how many versions and what price will they be? We'll
Okay.
get on to the number of versions in a minute, but the price for all of them is $79.99,
Each.
the SRP each.
Yeah. So round it up as we always do. $80 each, or when it hits the UK. So this is out now. This is available on WizKids. You can go and check them out. I think it's shop.wizkids.com.
Not for us.
No, this is a states only, Steve.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's out now in February. There's big delays at the moment, as we know, international shipping, everything else. Here in the UK, I would expect to see these in gaming shops by the end of March. But I would say 74.99.
Well, if you go to shopwizkids.com and go to their pre-order section, and I will post the link in chat in a moment, they are listed, and they're listed at £63 and 29 pence.
Well, there you go.
But they are pre-order only. You can't get
Yeah,
them in the UK at the moment.
yeah. So there you go. That is bluffs. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, Hagley was talking about how many. Hagley, we have some more. So, not only do we have bluffs, but we
Well,
have this one as well.
I've forgotten to do something before we move
I
on.
know.
We
We got.
can put up some bigger pictures. We can put up some action shots, can't we?
Here we go.
So there it is in all its full size glory that we can't do in
Yeah.
Dave's streaming room. And more importantly, there are some action shots.
There's
So
the action shots. Yeah. I've got that hot balloon, Steve. The hot air balloon. That's also a WizKids special. That was from
is that from
Witchlight.
Witchlight? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that one as well, haven't you? The big troll thing, grey troll,
Yeah,
flaming
that's
troll.
that's the giant, the Formorian, the
Alphamorian,
giant
yeah.
that's twisted, lives under the ground and all messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a giant toad with the boots sticking out. I like that. It's a good mini.
Yeah, I like the Fomorians. I've got that actually. I haven't got it unpainted.
Yeah. A lot of these are Witchlight minis actually that they've used.
They are, yeah.
Cool.
I suppose that's it's a good fade background, isn't it?
Yeah, that's nice. So that was bluffs. Keep those questions coming, people. Don't just let Steve do it. Keep those questions coming. The next thing we have is desert. So we have desert. There we go. Bum bum bum. Now that's your desert box. Now I did say we're going to show the back. So let's get you in on what this actually says. There we go. So this is on the back of every box. Whoops, sorry, microphone. Which says additional environmental battle mats to collect. We have here the Dungeons and Dragons Icons of the Realms, 3 foot by 5 foot, velvet topped. It is nice. Velvet topped and neoprene backed. Problem is, I always want to say
dessert. Yeah.
You can't eat this. If you stick your ice cream on this, it's going to stain. Desert battle mat is ready to unfold. Well, I don't know why it doesn't focus properly. I'll try and get it. There you go. To unfold out of the box and onto your gaming table. This environmental battle mat provides ample space to play out encounters, scenarios, and battles for your next gaming session. Pair this battle map with miniatures and terrain to further enhance your gaming experience. The neoprene backing offers strong gripping, and the velvet top provides a smooth surface to play on. It is actually really nice, and in comparison, I mentioned the big frost one I had from last year, because it felt like one of those play mats. When you move
Yeah.
the mini, if it's got sticky out bits or sharp bits, they
Yeah.
get caught in those little hairs.
Yeah.
This does not have the hairs. This is nice, soft cloth.
Right.
Very, very smooth. And then we got check out our other environmental battle mats for even more play options. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, pause, and you can use your camera on that. That will take you to, that's a shortcut basically. If you're watching this live, you better do it now. I'll give you 5, 4, 3. I won't. You've run out of time. So we'll put up a picture in a moment. So let's. I don't know where I put my scissors. There we go. Hagley, do you have any more questions for us? What do you? So this is set number 2. Without cheating and going to the pre-order page, what do you think number 3 is?
Well, I
bet.
mean,
I bet you
you could have
can't
cheated
guess.
by looking at the box, couldn't you? It was on the back.
It doesn't give you. It doesn't tell you what it is.
It
It could
didn't
be
tell you,
anything.
no, but you could have a guess from the picture.
So, again, here we are. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. So you can see, look, lots of. This is. I mean, it's going to have even. Will it have even less detail than the bluff? The bluff, you had some raised bits. You had some grass, some stone. It didn't. Again, sorry about the noise. It didn't feature like trees or anything. Look, another free
But
pack.
that's probably I prefer that having just a vanilla background, because I mean, for me, you put it on the table almost as
Well,
a background. I know it's got the 1-inch scale on it, but almost as a background, and then you put your 3D terrain dressing on it. So you put trees where you want. You don't have to have
yes,
the trees where the pictures of the trees are on the map.
exactly. Yes. Well, that's a good shout. So yeah, you can just get the floor and put wherever you want. But you and me,
Yeah,
we both have dungeon terrain,
yeah,
and we have the caves and the boulders and all those kind of things. Actually, one of the things that I thought about that we don't have, only because I've been playing Trials of Tempest, because I got it for my birthday, and I've been playing Trials of Tempest, is we don't have lakes and rivers and waterways, that kind of thing that we can put down, which are flat, that we can put down. So
that is
there's an
true.
idea, WizKids, if you're watching this, or when you watch this. There's another idea that we've given you. We need not just something that has waterways on it, but something where you could have like a forest setting or a grassland setting, and then maybe you wanted there was a water mill. If you've got a mini of a water mill, then you could add a stream or
Yeah,
something you could put on to lay out.
yeah, just some
So there we
cardboard
go.
pieces or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
something simple.
I think the only reason Dungeons and Dragons has backed this product, or Wizard of the Coast has backed this product, just so they can put that on it. Like I bet they walk around the office. They've probably bought all this material, and they've all got their official Dungeons and Dragons wetsuits. That's what they're doing. It's not stretchy either, so they're gonna have a hell of a time getting that on. Um,
Or
I
getting it
know, I
off
know.
once it's wet.
Do you remember Justice from who used to work at Beadle and Grimm? He now
Yeah,
works at Wizard of the Coast. Hi,
yeah,
Justice, if you're watching this, we still think of you fondly. But he's always repping the brand. He's always got like the latest hoodie or the latest D&D coat or whatever. And I just imagine that here he is with his with his D&D wetsuit, flopping around, sitting at his desk, writing the next adventure. So this is a pretty barren desert. You've got some kind of layers and bits and pieces. The camera's not going to kind of focus in that well, but you can see it. It looks good. It looks nice. There
yeah.
we go.
What I mean, well,
What do you
it's a
want from the
question.
desert?
Here's a question: are the mats washable?
That I don't know. Is there washing instructions on this? That is a good question. just in case your players spill the food and drink over it.
or
I
write
don't.
on it.
All right on it. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. Don't use a Sharpie. You will be let down. But this is massive. Again, this is. I'm not gonna wear this one again. But look, this is huge. It is big.
Pete's asking how well will the Pete's come out?
Well, it ain't. It ain't. It's not gonna work, is it? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna do.
What is the printing like on it? Because obviously it reminds me of like a Google Map image. Yeah, like you put it in terrain mode, don't you? And you can get the satellite view. It looks like a satellite view of desert terrain.
Yeah, it looks really good actually. I mean, you could imagine that if you have some minis on there. Who have I got? Okay, there's Dritz. I'll get Dritz. Look, so let's try and again just under a small piece. This is again 5 foot by 3 foot. 3 foot is on. Boom, boom, boom. Right. So here is my unfinished painted Dritz. My D&D Dritz. But you can see a lot of the markings, it doesn't matter how big or small the minis are. It just works. And for example, here, Dritz is now going to face off against a Manticore.
Yeah,
So
fitting
we've
as
got
well. Manticores in the desert.
There you go. See, that's the Epic Encounters Manticore there. That I still haven't finished painting. But hey, there was Christmas and New Year's and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So there
The
you go.
unfinished Manticore versus the unfinished Dritz. Who
Yeah,
will
who
finish
will
first?
win? Dritz always wins.
We
Dritz
do have a
never
suggestion
loses.
for how to keep pizza off of the mat, and then you haven't got to worry about washing it. Just get a 3x5 glass sheet or plexi
Well,
to
this is the
protect it.
point, though, isn't it? I've got paper mats, and I've bought a because most of the paper maps we were using from Beetle and Grimm's were A2 in size. So I bought like a 5 mil piece of Perspex to put over the top. I rounded the edges. It's nice and soft. It's not sharp or anything, and it keeps them lovely. And then your minis go on top. It's great. The point is with this one, it lays flat. It lays flat. It doesn't move around. Doesn't stick. Your minis can glide around on this. So I don't think I would use the Perspex over this if I had a piece big enough. But again, because it's so thin, I feel like a QVC channel, Steve. Because it's so thin, what you can do, when you go to those demos, and someone says, "Look, I'm going to pour this all over it. I'm going to get me pizza, and
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah,
smudge it all
yeah.
over." And then the miracle dust, I'll put it on, bish bash bosh. Look, clean as anything. I feel like one of those people. But anyway,
What you need is a glass of red wine to spill over it, and
exactly, yeah.
then some
It
whatever
goes down.
stain
But I
remover.
think what you could do, because this is so thin, you could fold this several times and put that down, and you'd still be good. You're not going to see the creases.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a lot lighter than the other one, and the fact the one we saw before, the frost one from last year, you couldn't put that in a bag.
No,
You had to roll it, and then you kind of stick it over your shoulder, and you carry it out like a tree, like a lumberjack, and put it in your car. And then you got to put it across the back seat because it doesn't fit. And if you've got a bike, you're in a whole heap of problems. So that it I have no idea if it's going to crease. It hasn't creased yet. It wasn't creased
it
in the box.
doesn't look like it's going to, does it? The way
And
the material reacts.
I think that's good. So here's a question to everyone watching. Thank you for joining. Keep those questions coming, no matter how silly. Try and make Steve laugh. It's always a trial. Keep them coming. And what do you think is next? We've had. I was going to say buffs.
Well,
We've
I
had
mean, should we put
bluffs.
up some action shots
Oh
whilst
yeah,
they
put action shots.
whilst they deliberate
Yeah,
about what might be next?
go on. Then. I can take a swift drink. There we go.
Right. So there is the full size shot, I guess.
Your dessert
Do you know what?
desert for your
Going
dessert.
back to your lake question, I think
Yes.
that would just a little oasis I'm waving my mouse
This is
around, expecting you can see it, but you can't.
no, but
A
this
little
is what I
AC over
mean.
on the left-hand corner would go
If
down a treat, wouldn't it?
and if you made it out of the same material, like neoprene add-ons, like
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a horse and cart, have a building, a stables, have a so you know like the D&D tiles, they were cardboard,
yeah. But
and
do
I know these.
neoprene versions of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe if there's a way you could do it double-sided, so you could
yeah,
have yeah, you could have a river, you flip it over, and it's lava.
yeah.
You could do all the, we've seen them. We've seen other companies do it, not in that kind of material, but I think that'd be cool. Hagley is saying, is the next one a swamp? It's a good guess. Very good guess. Very, very good guess. You're nowhere near, but you're very good guess. Big Tough Pete is saying he wants to see some D&D underwear in in this plastic stuff. Neoprene D&D underwear. How about that? We
I,
could
I'm
get that.
I'm going to be brutally honest here. I'm not feeling the minis they've used on the action ones.
No,
I think you chose well with Dritz versus the Unfinished Chimera. That could be the next R.A. Salvatore book, couldn't it? Dritz
it could
versus the
be.
Unfinished Chimera.
I think we've given away 2 free ideas there, Steve,
We have.
or 3 because I said they were double-sided. So that's we're now cashing in on these ideas. Uh, the okay, we have another suggestion. So we've had swamp. Someone else thinks it's going to be a snowy scene. I don't think we're going to see a snowy scene, mainly because we've seen snowy scenes before. We had one last year, and that was the really big thing. I don't know if Steve's put on a big black square, so he's hoping I'm going to bring this out.
No,
It's
I'm trying to remove the camera and failing miserably. There you go.
there we go. Um, so the frost one was last year, and it was I think it was like 6 foot, and it was like a play mat. If you're a parent and you've got I said it earlier, if you're a parent and you've got kids, you probably had one of those play mats which had like city roads, so they can play their Hot Wheel cars over it.
Yeah,
It felt like that.
everyone, I think who's a parent in
Everyone
the
has
UK
one.
has had one of
Yeah.
them.
Is it the same in the US or wherever you might be? Definitely here in the UK. So that's what it is. I'm gonna keep you
Because it's from
guessing.
the Early Learning Centre. I've got no idea if the Early Learning Centre is a shop outside the UK or
Oh,
not.
that's true. That's true.
It's not a shop in
Um,
the UK anymore either.
so the next one, you'll never guess. You'll never guess. The next one is, and you might be surprised about this one because I was surprised. Oh, by the way, so we have Steve's already put the link out there in chat. I'll get him to throw it up on the screen again. This you can get from dndmini.com. They are available in the States now at some point in February, which is now, and in the UK they'll be probably in March. But the prices are $79 or $80, $79.99. In the UK, Steve, what was it? It's about £64, £65.
64 quid currently, and the link that's up on the screen at the moment is the link to the UK WizKids shop, and it's pre-order only.
Cool. So, do you think? So here's my question to you, the audience. Thank you for joining. Is that value for money? Would you buy these? Would you buy 3? 3 of them are being released at the same time. I've got the third, but you'll never guess what this one is. I was completely surprised, but I think it's the best one. I think no one. I don't know anyone else who's done this apart from the digital ones, the digital maps for your TVs. For those of you who play on TV, this Icons of the Realms, Dungeons and Dragons, Sky. You never saw that coming. It is Sky. So whack it up on the screen, Steve. Let's have a look.
Oh, there was a late guess there. Sewer system.
A sewer system.
He was wrong.
That would have been a good idea. That would have been a good idea.
Oh, what's that? Oh, I didn't. Right,
Right.
let's push that button. Let's get
Come
rid
on,
of that and do that. There we go.
You're not paid to push buttons. You are because you're
Well,
here
I
to
am
push
paid.
buttons. But
No,
you're
I'm not paid to push
buttons.
buttons. I'm just here to
Exactly.
push.
So there you go. I mean, look. Yeah, that's what I mean. Aerial combat. It is a little bit different. Now, wait till you see the action shots because it actually makes a lot of sense. But here it is. It's another pizza box. Same size,
I
same
don't like that
stuff.
description.
What,
It's
Sky?
not square.
Oh, with a pizza box.
Pizza box, yeah, pizza box is a square.
Yeah, that's true. Trust you, Steve. They're gonna have to go back now to R&D, aren't they? They have to
But you tell WizKids not to call it a pizza
tell
box
us.
because it isn't.
Steve says it's not square, so it's not a pizza box. Do you remember? I think it was Domino, or it might have been Pizza Hut. Do you remember them doing the rectangle pizzas
Yeah, that was
years
Pizza
ago?
Express. Yes.
Pizza Express. Um, here we go. Right, so we're in.
Apparently, I've ruined it now.
Pretty much. But Pete, I'm supposed to be good to him this year, so I'm being nice. I'm being nice as I can be. Right, so here we go. Let's dig in, have a look. Sorry about the noise. Again, have any questions, throw them up. You're 10 seconds behind us. So by the time we move on to the next topic, your question pops up. So here we go. As always, the free pack of silica gel. They're very generous with these things. If they were dice, that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Little bag of dice in every purchase.
Yeah, I just need somebody to figure out what the hell you can do with silica gel other than use it as a desiccant.
Yeah. Right, look at this. This,
Oh, do you know what? That looks really good.
it is. I was quite surprised by this. Look. Sky. So here's our wetsuit again. Wetsuit material. Oh, this is nice and cold, actually. That's lovely. As I said before, smells like Halloween masks. That's that smell. Smelly vision for you. I'll handle the handle the smells. That's not right. Here we go. Ugh. Look, see? Oh, look. I've just knocked that over. I was going to say, if I do it the other way around, Steve, look, I could have a D&D cape. Where's it gone? There we go. Look.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah. So when you was talking earlier about leaving the old one, you had to put it in a tube and carry it out your gaming session like a lumberjack, whereas that one you can screw up and put in the in the box on the back of your moped. But you quite easily could just drape it around your shoulders and
Yeah.
ride down the road
If it's
with it
raining,
gusting in the wind.
you put the rubber side, You put the rubber side on the outside and you run to your car. It's
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
It's done. So there we go. Look. Boom.
I do
I
actually think this one is, and I thought I couldn't see a point in this one to start with, but printing on that looks really good.
It is. It's everything has a soft focus, so they're not sharp edges.
Yeah,
That's not a bad camera. It's a it is it does what it says it does. You can see there is a slight on that one. You can see there is a slight fold.
yeah, yeah.
I'll try and pull that out a bit more. Um, but yeah, look, it has a stream going through. These are the clouds, by the
The
way.
clouds,
Obviously,
yeah.
you're flying above the clouds, doing your aerial combat. Probably not in Spelljammer, or using that hot air balloon that we saw on the bluffs earlier. But look, it's not just one cloud; it's all over, and different color leaves as well. I like that. So
Yeah.
you've got
So
loads of
do
shades.
you get like seasons and stuff or not?
There's no seasons.
Right.
It is green, but there is lovely shades, and there is like rapids,
Yeah.
which I thought that was actually really really nice. And
Yeah.
to have this out on your gaming table, this is rectangle shape, by the way. It's not going to be round. It's not going to be hexagonal. It's not square. This is 5 foot by 3 foot. So if you have a square gaming table, you're going to have to cut it. You can cut it. It's very easy to cut, or fold it. As we said, the folding is really, really easy. It's very, very thin. Lovelies. Lovely, lovely. So, Steve, show us some action shots. Let's get some action. Big Tough Pete says silica dice. I wasn't talking about silica dice, man. I'm talking about dice. Because we don't want silica. We want dice. See, look at that. Look at that shot.
I don't know why they've pictured that way around in this one.
No,
But yeah,
but that is a
it
really
does.
nice picture.
It is. And I when you first said about Sky, I thought, well, what do you use that for? But actually, that makes more sense from this whole like satellite image point
Yes.
of view, and having that massive area
So
because 5 foot by 3 foot is 300 foot.
Yeah.
wide, effectively. So
Now, I've got another suggestion. What if you put the bluffs next to this?
yeah,
And of course, we're using our imagination. We're saying that your characters are on top of a really high bluff. Think airbender, yeah, a tall area, and then they have to jump off and skydive. If they get kicked off that ledge, that's it. Free fall time. You're gonna need featherfall. You're gonna
yeah,
need
you will
a
need,
griffin. You'll need something with wings
or a flying boat.
or a flying boat. Yeah, that'd be cool.
That they have got the right menu on this one. Definitely, it
These are
does
these are
look
some really
really good.
cool ones.
Yeah,
I mean, this is perfect. I mean, this is the Eberron flying ship, I believe.
yeah.
There's our massive white dragon. Fantastic. We really don't do much of this kind of combat. When you do it as a homebrew, fantastic.
Right,
In
so
adventures, we don't see it.
both me and you have always said the same things about dragons. It starts off well intentioned when you have a dragon combat, but
Yes.
eventually it involves dragon landing, getting surrounded by the players, and for the next 3 rounds, everybody just stands still.
Yeah, and everyone just hits it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, having aerial combat like this, it does promote more use of the movement
And
aspect
I
of it, and having that bigger area as well plays into that, because most of the time we're playing with a dragon encounter on a much smaller map.
and also when you're playing around a table like this and you've got these gorgeous minis, something you want to do, and it just popped in my head, but round one, boom, the dragon comes in. Now the dragon is perpetually moving, so is the boat.
Yeah,
So you get that one round to make your hit however you want to. Next round, he's not there. Boom, it's flown off again. And then he comes back. So you could every time you can change direction of where that dragon is coming from,
yeah,
even from above and below. If you use I use the risers as well.
yeah.
So you could do all that. I think that would look amazing.
It would, and if I go back to the bigger image, the full size image,
Yeah,
you start over. And again, I'm pointing with a mouse that you can't see. You start over in the top left hand corner, and every
yeah,
round, as you say, you're moving towards the bottom right hand corner. You've got that to deal with, as well as the dragon coming in from all
yeah.
sides. So it's a completely different style of combat than most of the time we play, because it does inevitably boil down to dragging in the center of the map and players
Yes,
around trying to
and
avoid breath
also
weapons.
you could do uh, the ship takes enough damage that the ship is going to crash.
Crash, yes,
So
yeah,
that's the next episode is basically now you're into forest. So
or
yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah,
got to deal with
yeah.
it.
So
You fell out of the sky.
whack your bluffs map out, and there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Any more questions, guys? Let us know. Keep them coming. You've seen the action shots. That's all good. And we're gonna move on slowly to the next item. So that's three. All of these are available, Steve. Steve, where can people find them?
Somewhere on the link, there we go.
Somewhere on the link on the interwebs is where you go to find them. What we got here? I'm not sure how I pronounce Finelini.
Or the fine
Finelini.
line, or the fine line.
Oh, you bollocks.
But
Well,
you could
I
be
don't
right as
like
well.
it.
I mean,
Fine, it is fine line. The fine line, it is, and there's even a line. But I didn't see that. I saw Finelli Lenny.
any.
Finelli Lenny. I don't know. It's the capitals and the small lowercase.
So,
It's all squanched up. I'm no good at
so,
these
so
things.
the so fine line, if I am pronouncing that correctly, was first time chat this evening. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Dave's continuing mangling of people's usernames.
And Pete had it as well. Finey liney. There you go. Likey lighty. There we go. Right. So, are we on for some more? Are you ready for some more? Let us know, chat. You will not believe what is coming next. You really won't. You really won't.
Well, should we get them to guess where you get them off the floor?
Okay, I'll get them off the floor. They're not too bad. I've mostly, because it is a big old box, but I've mostly just made a huge mess because I can't get these back in. I
Everything's now
can't get these
covered
back
by
in.
neoprene. Neoprene mats.
The smell in here though is, whew, the smell is amazing. Now, here it is. So these are also, this is not a new item. I'll point out these are not new items from WizKids. This is wave 3. Okay, now most of our audience probably not going to be into these. I'm going to say I do think they're cute. They are, what are they? They are plush Dungeons and Dragons plush charms. Now these are the charms that you kind of hang onto your bag. You put these on your D&D Go bag, or a school bag. That is what they are. We have 4 to collect in this particular set. I'm going to go to the other camera, Steve.
Yes.
Boot it up. There are 4 options to choose from in this. Whoa, where am I going? In this set, they are the, got focus. Shum. There we go. Mind Flayer, Flump, Tarask, and the Intellect Devourer. There we go.
So I've got to Google what a flump is because I've got.
Steve said,
No
I was like, oh, yeah, look, you get a little dungeon crawl on the back. Look, the adventure begins. Now these are priced at $9.99. It's not something I've seen in any shops here in the UK. Someone's bound to have them somewhere. If not, you can buy them direct from WizKids if you're into these things. Now, here's the good news, the best news ever about these. Not only do I have all 4, they sent them to me. So we have, there you go. Look, there's the Mind Flayer. There's the Tarask. There's the Flump, who's upside down, I think. I'm not sure. Oh no, he's just floating. And there's the Intellect Devourer. These, if you're coming to them, BadgerCon. All of these are going to be at BadgerCon in the Lucky Dip. You don't even have to pay for them. You just have to be lucky to pick these up. So there you go. All of these will be available at BadgerCon.
Yeah, the Pete says Tarask is lovely, and I did think the Tarask was pretty good, and the Mind Flayer.
Let's bring up the action photos, Steve. Let's take a look at some of those. But I agree. I think the Flump. I think the Tarask is possibly the best one. It's also got a bit of. I think it's just a little bit of different stitching. It has look, the Mind Flayer has a little belt, but I think is the front of the Tarask's face is like fluffy. So I think they've added a second texture there.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
But Pete, look at those eyes. How are you going to say no to that? And I don't know, in the shops, maybe £8 here in the UK.
No, they're not £8 here in the UK. They're still on pre-order only.
Yeah.
They are currently listed at £13.
£13 for in the UK. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So these are not
unless they're not the key rings, actually, they might be the plushies. I might be wrong.
These are the key rings. These are the key ring charms. They call them charms. But yeah, we would say key rings.
Sorry, the £13 ones are the 7.5-inch plush, which have more range because you can get Blue Dragon and a Pit Fiend. Okay. So I will have to look for the UK price for the others.
Yeah. So there you go. You've got all of those.
And reminding Voxnauts somewhat. Yes, that's a good shout.
You got Chimney Bob Steve as well, who says Powerpuff Girls.
Yes.
I wouldn't know, Bob. Not my kind of show. Powerpuff Girls, that's going back. So yeah, all of these are going to be available in the States in April. So we've had a little bit of an advanced showing, which is great. We like getting all this stuff. It's nice to have some kind, not exactly an exclusive, but to have something that's early this far out. But yeah, if you're coming to BadgerCon, BadgerCon is in the first weekend in May. We've got tons of stuff going up, but these will all be available in our Lucky Dip for those of you who are turning up. And look, Dungeons and Dragons official. Ta-da!
I'm not familiar with Kid Robot, but I guess that's a range they've picked up.
Yep.
I have to Google that as well.
There you go. But he looks sad. Look, he looks sad in his little box. But the Tarask, yeah, Tarask is cute. Right, there you go, folks. Thank you so much for joining. Steve, get rid of the camera. Zoom. Thank you so much for joining. That is it. What is he doing? I told you he doesn't get paid to push buttons. When he learns how to push buttons, we might throw him a biscuit. But until that time, we'll leave.
I can't wait.
You get upgraded to a biscuit, Steve.
Yeah.
Right.
From scraps to biscuits. So the joy of fortune and favour awaits.
There we go. I'm gonna.
Yeah, you look just like Nero now.
There you go. I'm gonna wear it as a cape. This is great. Look at this. This is fantastic. I love it. Right. There we go. See, look, Bob's having a laugh. That's what you come here for. Have a little bit of a giggle. Big Tough Pete. Well done. And we'll see you next time. That's it. Ta-ra. Bye.